Hi. Wow. The mic's way over here. Get out of my way, dude. All right, look. Hi. Look at this, by the way. Second place, probably the best second place in history, right here at the Pedal Fest, the Mare Island Pedal Fest Award. It's got a place of honor in the Cali Radio Shack. I can assure you of that right now. Let me just... Okay. All right, so maybe the lesson to be learned here is you got to remove the headphones before you take off the metal. Got it. Stand by. Okay, look, ladies and gentlemen, I gave no forewarning in this live stream other than an announcement 2 weeks ago that I was holding a Calirado Kidtober Fest. No, God damn it, that's for November. Calirado Kidtober Contest. And we're going to announce the winner tonight. We're going to do it briefly because there wasn't a lot of entries now, was there? As expected for the Calirado Kid channel, but that's totally fine. We're going to have some fun here. Real short, real brief, and I'm glad you guys could jump in on this Friday unexpectedly. I gave you no warning. But there you have it. We're here in the Cali Radio Shack. I'm here with my buddy Fred. I've named him Fred. And here's another thing what we're going to do. We're going to try to eat as much candy corn this evening as humanly possible. So I've got that entire bowl. And we're going to wash it down with some High West barrel pick whiskey. Maybe that's what's going to happen here tonight on the live stream. Probably not, because what's going to happen is you're going to see me just vomit all over the place. So how's everybody's Friday going? How's your week going? The weather was absolutely gorgeous here in California. It was a balmy 80 degrees outside today. And this live stream almost didn't happen because I had a strong desire to go ride my bike instead of do anything regarding this channel tonight for some reason or another. Generally, I'm an entertainer, right? I can't wait to get in front of you guys. But tonight, like I said, we're going to be brief. But I wanted to be a man of my word. It is Friday night. We're here. We're live streaming, and we're going to get down to business. So what are we doing here tonight? We're gonna show off the winner of the I can't even say the name tonight. Calirado Kidtober Contest, the first of its kind, and perhaps the last of its kind, based on your guys' interest in the whole contest. But if it's one thing I've learned in the history of the Calirado Kid, it's that I am not afraid of failure, and I'm not afraid to look like a fool. So we're gonna jump into it tonight. Don't worry. But here's a couple things that are happening in the community, and we're going to dive into these first before we get fully involved in this live stream here tonight. One, on Sunday, first of all, more important than anything is the Trail Dogs. They're doing a damned Halloween-themed group ride that looks incredible, and I'm wondering why nobody's doing one here in Northern California. These guys are doing it in style. They spent a bunch of time filming promos for this thing, and if I lived in Southern California, you bet your ass I would be there. And I would have some elaborate costume, and I'm not sure what it would be yet, but it would be awesome. If you haven't seen their stuff, if you're not following them, I assume everybody in here is following them. You should check that out, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be choice, and I'm bummed. So I reached out. We got to organize something like that here, because it's embarrassing that we're not doing it and they are, okay? Look, I'm jealous. I didn't mean to yell at you guys. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. All right, hold on. Whoa. That's good. That particular High West is a barrel pick, and that is River City aged in cognac barrels, finished in cognac barrels. Cognac. All right, here we are. Look, we're doing it. I didn't prepare it all. Look, I was busy making a reel outside in the garage. Okay, so here's the story. If you guys haven't seen the recent posts on Instagram, I went out. I found out, and this is how my mind works. Okay, and maybe some of you guys in chat could relate to this, but here's how my mind works. I saw a video, a 1 minute long video on the Specialized Rip Rock, the new Rip Rock 24. I thought it looked pretty rad. It has two models. Okay, basically you got the basic Rip Rock, which is around $700, and then there's a $1,500 version with a front fork and all that stuff. My son, he's had Rip Rocks before, but we've never done a lot of off-road stuff because he's lacking the gears. And I'm thinking, like, if we're going to do any sort of climbing, gears are going to be a tremendous help. And a lot of the kids' bikes I see, like the stuff they sell at REI and things like that, they have those grip shifters. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and I don't like the idea of that for some reason. It seems like you would train your muscles, like that muscle memory, to shift with a grip shifter, and then you'd have to relearn it again once you got a real bike or a real shifting setup. So it's awesome. What I saw on this bike was that it had a normal shifter, gears. The bike looks good. And so I reached out to Jordan, who's a local Specialized rep in town, and I said, hey, where can I get one of these? Do you have a line on this? And he said, looks like Roseville Cyclery has one. So I've met those guys before, and so I decided to go over to Roseville Cyclery that day. That same day, I went over there. They had one in stock, and it was this black version. It looked super rad. And I was like, hey, do you guys have that new Rip Rock 24? And he's like, yeah, it's right over here. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go and buy that. Just give it to me. And so we picked it up. Andy over at Roseville Cyclery was awesome. Really great experience. I got a chance to talk with him for a little bit while they looked the bike over. The only downside of what happened during this process is that one of the tires, and he noticed it before we took it out from the shop, was that one of the tires had a defect. It was this new, what was a specialized ground control tire. It's a 24-inch, and the tires are brand new. The bike is brand new, just came out. They're the first person to ever buy this. And so all this stuff is brand new, and you guys know how supply chains are right now. It's impossible to come by anything. So, so I got that bike, and so what they did is they had to remove that tire, and they slapped on another tire, which is a lot skinnier. It's still knobby on the back, and so we made that swap. But it doesn't look as sexy as it should, okay? Because I'd love to shoot some stuff on it. I'll show you guys some pictures. But the bike isn't. So I basically said, like as soon as you get it in, let me know. We'll come. I'll pay. I don't even care. I'll pay for the tire. But it's not expensive at all. I was like, dude, that'll be rad. Have them set up. And now there's a group here locally that hosts group rides on Mondays. And it's basically a family ride. And I run into them I go out there on Mondays all the time, and I run into them. I'm like, I'm going to get my kid out here. And finally, like, this little setup is going to get the job done. So I'm hoping that I could get out Monday and take him riding and get him off road for a bit. I know it's foolish that he hasn't done it yet, but I am inspired. I want to get him out riding. And because I think you guys could probably relate to this. Anybody that's got kids, when you go on a ride with kids, it generally, you're not riding to your full potential until your kid can shred, right? And then they're just passing you up. But, when I take them out on rides, we're just riding really slow. And I'm not really getting like when we go ride, we kind of want to do stuff. So I'm stoked to get them rocking and rolling on this new setup. So it's sick. I got, you guys, if you saw my reel on Instagram, I got all the reflectors off. I got the dork disc off. Baby, we're in business. All right. We got all that stuff off of the bike, and I got the pedals on, and it doesn't come with pedals, which is like our bikes. Right. And I was like, well, do I need to buy pedals? No, I have a set of flats. So I got a set of Stamp 7s, and I'm like, they should work. So he hasn't gotten on the bike yet. I finally got the pedals on. I got all the reflectors and stuff off. It is just black across the board. It looks like a Batmobile of bikes. A Batmobile of bikes. Say that 5 times fast. It's looking real good, and I'm excited about it. So, yeah, you guys will be seeing more of that. And here's my thought. Shooting some sort of bike review on it. The Calirado Kid doing a bike review? That can't be a good sign. That can't be a good sign. I'm not begging for subscribers, am I? Absolutely not. How you guys doing, by the way? Who's in chat? Trail Monster, good to see you. We were talking today. Apparently, he has 18 pairs of handcuffs in a basement. So I'm not sure what he's into, but we're going to hang out in Sedona for sure, and I'm going to grab one of those pairs of handcuffs because the Trailhead Troopers needs a pair of handcuffs. At least one. Absolutely. Octodad, good to see you, man. Yeah, he's styling with the Spy Optics glasses. These are a nice pair of glasses. They've got good stuff. You guys haven't seen their stuff. They're a supporter of the channel, and they're part of the giveaway for tonight's giveaway. So we'll show that off shortly. Calirado Kid as a dad. Yeah, I know. Well, you'd think I'd be a cool dad, but I'm so, there's still a part of me that, like, I don't want to be too silly with the kids because they'll pick it right up, and then it's like it will be nonstop, and they're already, I don't know. I'm not as silly as you would think here because I feel like I'm a strict disciplinarian. I'm like the person in the house that they have to listen to. It's a mixed message. But when we go on adventures, it's pure hijinks. So it just depends on where we're at. And yeah, that's right. MTB Co-op, good to see you, man. Octodad, good to see you. Go find a kid and give him a bike. I got a bunch of other bikes. I got to figure out what to do with them now. So as the kids grow, my daughter, she's going to take his old bike and he's going to take this one, and then we're going to work our way up the chain. Man, no, you know what? Last time I was in Seattle, it was kind of a bummer because I was on a work trip and I didn't get to ride at all. So it was kind of disappointing because I know there's great riding. I'd love to take a road trip. He's shaking a lot, man. You got the shakes. All right. Lay off the drugs, buddy. I would love to take a trip up to Oregon, up through Washington, and then to Whistler. God, you got the shakes. That is the plan. In fact, this year, of course, I think everybody had the idea of making a Mecca trip to Whistler. And I think that's going to happen next year. I'd love to plan that and just take my time. So, hit a couple places in Oregon. I hear Bend is cool. But once Bend is over, once Bend is over, then we'll hit somewhere else. I'd love to hit Washington. I'd love to hit Seattle. I'd love to hit just a lot of stuff on the way up and make it one big trip, man, because I don't mind driving and stopping along the way to get some incredible rides in. So I'd be really, really stoked to do that. Thanks for jumping in on this Friday night. I know I didn't tell you guys I was going to do this live stream. I kind of told you, but I didn't tell you. I didn't post anything on Instagram. This is maybe a great experiment to prove a point to Paul the punter, okay? And let me describe what I mean by that. The other day I was talking to Paul, and I said, look, Paul, he did a live stream. And I said, look, Paul, you got to tell people you're going to do a live stream because who the hell you have to let them plan for it, all right? You can't just show up because if you just show up, your viewership sucks. And, it's apparent tonight, right? When I promote it and all that stuff, we got 50-something viewers, right? And this is totally unplanned, so I just jumped right in, and now there's proof of the point right there. And that's totally fine. We're going to keep this short tonight. Thanks for jumping in, guys. I do want to announce the winner of the Calirado Contest, but before that, we're just going to discuss a couple topics that are going on. And I can't stay too long because I told the wife I would pay attention to her tonight. And so we're going to be hanging out. The kids are out of town. We're just going to go and, I don't know. What do you want to do? Grab pizza? I don't know. We get tired at 9 o'clock, don't you? All right. Well, who else we got in here? Sorry. MTV co-op. Yeah, I'd love to come to Seattle. I answered that. Segment. Good to see you, buddy. Baby. Look, by the way, Mark. First of all, I'm bummed I couldn't make you and Rad Dad's live streams last night. I had the kids. We were hanging out. We had Kung Fu. We had all this other stuff. We were just getting stuff done, all right? More importantly, you interviewed Heather. I'm going to screw up her last name. Muniv? I'm already screwing it up. But then here's what I did. I went to go listen to your podcast post facto. So I started it today. It took you 10 minutes to get to the interview, Mark. My attention span is not that high. All right. We got to shave off some time with the sponsors. You got to make it quick, punchy, constructive criticism. But I'm going to listen to it anyway. So it doesn't really matter what I say, does it? Mark, this is fast. Mark, get to the interview. Just saying. Charlie Hicks. You're an absolute maniac. Charlie, what does he say? Hey, Joe, sorry I didn't get my entry in. I had some good ideas and started an outline, but damn, I got lazy and failed you. I promise next time I'm all in. Trust me, everything's fine. Under control. Baby. Look, and here's what it is. Okay, the whole premise of this concept is twofold. And okay, can I go deep with you guys? Since we're here, we're going to talk about a couple elements of the things that I like about what this contest could do. But hold on, stand by. I need a drink. Okay, one, I like that it's not your traditional contest. I have no problems with the traditional Instagram contest where you post your friends and tag them and do all that stuff. That's how you should do a contest because then you gain new followers. You get more exposure for yourself. And that's how you do a contest, all right? That's not what I did here at all, is it? No. What I've done is I've tried to cater to the hardest of fans, right? And because somebody that just started watching my channel or watched one of my videos would never enter this thing, right? It's got to be somebody that's watched long enough to think it's funny, that appreciates it, that would enter, right? So I like that idea where it's very hyper-focused, which is so stupid because you want the most exposure possible, right? I want to expose myself to as many people as possible. But that's not what happened here. No, what I've done is hyper-tailored this contest to the mega fan to my detriment. But again, don't care. I'm here to entertain you guys. It doesn't matter to me, But it's also one of those things where it's much more difficult to do this than to just type something real quick and hit go. So it's like it requires some thought. Realistically, it could have just been a staged photo. It could be anything. But it requires more, and that's, most people don't want to go through the effort. So it's kind of like, it's asking a lot. I know it's asking a lot, but what the hell? I said, well, let's give it a shot, and maybe next year we'll come out strong. You guys will see what I'm thinking about, all right? Here's another angle to look at it from my perspective, and I know that I'm not a big YouTuber yet, all right? I know that I'm not. Paul the Punter, he's very adamant about saying that he enjoys conversations with me, but I'm like, look, man, how much clout can you have? If I come to somebody and say, hey, look, I'm a YouTuber, and they look and they see I have 3,000 subs, are they going to take me real serious? Because I talk about it very passionately, right? Very passionately to people, and I'm like, dude, I can't stop talking about it, right? And so, then they go, oh, this guy's got, nothing, like this. So it's like, I think part of that's like leverage. I want that leverage, but think about it this way. If you enter a contest like this, imagine like BKXC did this contest, right? He's got 450,000 subscribers. You're a new mountain bike YouTuber, all right? And you enter the contest. Well, not only are you getting exposure on his channel, but you're getting mentioned, you're getting your videos shown on his, it's potential to advertise for yourself as well, right? If you've got an up and budding channel. So I thought that's a great element. And again, I think like I'm bigger than I am, but I'm not. Like I still don't have any sort of influence, right? So imagine again in the future where I've got, 3,100 subs next year. And then, like a smaller YouTube that's got 40 subs enters a contest like this. And now you're getting mentioned on a bigger channel. You can sit, and now you've developed a relationship. Part of the reason I like that too is because you have to kind of talk. Like it's, you send me the video, we can talk. But it's like, oh, bam, collab, right? You know what I mean? So these are all the elements I think about. It doesn't mean anything. Nobody cares. But there we are. We're here, aren't we? We're here on this Friday night. I promised you a live stream, and that's what we're doing. MTB and Adventures, are you out at the property right now? I see you're working on the wooden features. I am bummed that I haven't been out there. I got to MC an event this weekend, and I'm going to talk about that right now before we get into the winner of the contest. Okay, we're going to get into the winner of the contest. But there's an event going on, and I talked with Garrett over at Family Free Ride, and he's been very adamant about getting me involved with the Fair Oaks Bike Park. And it's always been a scheduling issue that I haven't been able to get involved. But I love the idea of local bike parks, especially like kids getting out on bikes, being able to get involved in the community, all that stuff. So it's always on the table. It's always just been hard to make it work. So we actually made it work. And we were going to do it last weekend, but it rained like the dickens all Sunday long. Just constant rain. So it was just a messy, sloppy, messy mess. Yeah. And so what happened is the event got moved till Sunday. So on Sunday, they're doing an event there. It's like kids races on the pump track. They're going to be barbecuing. And they've asked me to MC the event. Can you imagine this? Yeah. They asked me to MC the event. So they don't know what they're getting themselves into. They're going to regret this decision almost immediately, I can assure you. But on Sunday, I will be out there basically most of the day. I'm going to get out there early, scope it out. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So that's pretty cool. And again, it's all kind of, one, it's a great kids event. Two, it's going to help develop more bike parks in the local area that you could say after school, just get over, hit the pump track and things like that. I love the idea of that. I love like stuff tailored towards bikers and just improving your skills and all that stuff, man. I dig it. Trail Monster, sorry, man. I missed your donation. Hopefully you didn't leave yet. Thank you. He says, got to bail soon. Got some of those handcuffs for you. Yeah, I'm going to pick some up. In Sedona. We're definitely going to hang because Sedona Mountain Bike Fest is coming up in about 2 weeks. It's coming up faster than expected. So that's going to be a blast. So Sunday, the Calirado Kid will be emceeing an event with Family Free Ride, and it's going to be interesting at the Fair Oaks Bike Park. I think it'll be fun. Now, fun fact, if you guys aren't aware of this already, I was at one point known as Shoeless Joe. Who called me that? Not my mom. No, it wasn't my mom. I used to do, there's a farm team in Sacramento called the River Cats. And the River Cats were, at the time, they were an A's farm team, the AAA, I believe, right? And then eventually they became the Giants farm team. But the point is, they have a stadium downtown. And for one season, I don't even know how this came into play, but I got the job as the on-field MC for the River Cats. So what I would do is I would grab the mic and I would go on the field. And I'd never done anything like this, by the way. Not once. Maybe done some radio stuff, but nothing in front of that many people. And so I just took it. What do you want to say? What do you say? Like hit the ground running? Hit the ground running. They gave me a script. They sent me out on the field and kind of coached me into it preseason. And then the whole season I was out there on the field, running the on-field games, doing all that sort of stuff. And it's been a long time since that happened. But this MC gig is like bringing me back to that, where you're just out in front of people on the mic. I can't imagine that I'll have a problem with that at all, right? You know what I mean? So there you go. The segment with a $4.99. Thank you, brother. Brew Money. Yes, I know. I'm giving you a hard time, Mark. But I did get 10 minutes in. I was like, is this interview ever going to start? I'm just saying, I think of it from a YouTube perspective, too. It's like, you can watch the analytics on your videos. If you guys are YouTubers or if you're making any sort of content, if I make a really long intro, it just tanks the viewership almost immediately. You can watch it happen. Now, apparently I failed really bad on the Mare Island Pedal Fest video. I wanted to really showcase that event, But, I spent too much time putting it, and the export stuff turned into a big hassle. But that video went out and just like, what are you going to do? But doesn't change the fact that the event is absolutely incredible. And we've got our medals to show. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm going to be back next year in full force. We want competition at that event. But then I decided to spend a day because the kids were out of town on Saturday, and I spent it shooting that most recent video, which is the man behind every mountain bike YouTuber. I like that angle. I thought it was pretty fun, and we'll see how it does in the long term. But it's all a game. It's all a game. Trying to bring in those numbers. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to get into the winter. Don't worry. Yeah. Want to ride bikes where I live, just some bike events. Charlie says, hey, Joe, can you give me a shout out to the Braves? World Series Games 3, Braves 1-0, bottom of the fifth. Isn't that funny? Like, I have no clue what's going on in the sporting world at all. I haven't watched sports in forever, but you know what? I've always appreciated how sports can bring people together. Like, and mountain biking can be but for example, if I'm on the street with a 49ers jersey, some guy sees me, doesn't matter, race, creed, hairstyle, doesn't matter. They see me with a Niners shirt and they're a Niners fan, they're going to be like, dude, did you see that game last? Like, immediate bridge to conversation. And so I've always thought that was interesting about sports, and I do really enjoy it, but I fell out of it a long time ago, and now I can't even imagine spending 4 hours watching a game like in front of a TV, despite the fact that I could binge watch Squid Games for that amount of time, like, right? So I'm not preaching to any choir, all right? I'm not saying you're doing something wrong, because I do it in a different way, right? And now it's just different. But man, I love that energy. I remember I would go to San Francisco. What the hell happened there? Did you see that? It just changed on us. There's a goddamn ghost in this room. I remember I would go to San Francisco for the Giants when they were in the World Series. And I would just go to the bars. Instead of buying a ticket to the game, I would go to the bar and just hang out. Almost a similar experience, because you got hundreds of rabid fans, and it's a much more affordable experience, and it's fun as hell. Fun as hell. So think about that. If you can't afford tickets to your local sports game, go to the city, go downtown, and just find a bar close to the stadium. And boy, oh boy, is it just as fun as anything else. I am hockey is my sport. Oh yeah, hockey's rad, dude. My kids are going to a Sharks game on Saturday. Actually, they're going to a Sharks game tomorrow with my dad. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I know it's hard. Like with the intros, it's like, you want to give people an idea, but if you really, the problem is that can suck the character out of what and who you are if you try to play the analytics and the numbers too much. That's one thing you have to ride the fine line between, is like, how much leeway are you going to give? How much are you going to cut to make yourself successful? And it's hard because, like, I think I know what it takes. I'm getting to the root of the problem, but it's like, then you start to shave out some of the character and some of all that stuff. So it's like, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out in the long run. But at the end of the day, you just got to have fun. You got to be you. And that's all you can ever ask, because people come for you. They don't come for the riding. You can see that unless it's a trail no one's ever ridden, most of the time, like, they're coming to hang out with you. And that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Can you guys hear the mustache on the mic, by the way? Somebody title this ASMR. We'll get 40,000 viewers. Trust me, it'll happen immediately. All you got to do apparently is just find a fake ear and then lick it, and then it just into the ASMR, and you'll have 40,000 viewers. You see, I'm doing it all wrong. Okay, look, let's get down to business. What you guys all came here for tonight, we're going to announce the winner of the Calirado. I can't pronounce it. I'm going to pick a better name next year. The Calirado Kidtober Contest. All right. And here's how this contest worked. All right. The goal was, I put it out there to everybody, for everybody to see. I put it on Instagram. I put it here. I tried to spread the word. But the entries were very, very light. We had one entry, but it just so happens to be a really good entry. Okay. But you're guys going to see the vision. You're going to see why I think it's funny. And maybe next year, what I'll do is, if you can impersonate any mountain bike YouTuber or something, like maybe people don't want to impersonate me. It's intimidating. That's not it. No, it's just stupid. Okay. Got it. All right. Yeah. So, but you guys are going to see the vision, and imagine just an onslaught of this, like just different people's takes on this tomfoolery that is the Calirado Kid. And let's get down to business. So what does the winner get of this contest, you ask? All right. First of all, they are going to win and this, you're going to regret the fact that you didn't enter this contest now, because I'm telling you, it's hundreds of dollars worth of stuff for a very simple process, okay? So look, here's the deal. The winner of this contest, and you guys can be the judge, but the winner of this contest is going to win their pick of something from Spy Optic, which is a major company and a supporter of the channel. So Spy Optics, and this is an example of one of their sets of goggles. This thing is absolutely rad. We rode this stuff in Downeyville, and I am a huge fan, like huge fan. So this is not cheap, okay? This is a beautiful pair, and they have tons of different colors. And so these are the Spy Optics. Wait, the only way that's going to pick me up is if I cover my face. This lens is too good. So these are the Spy Optics, okay? And you can see they have support on the side, so it reduces pressure to the face. They also have a ton of glasses. So, you know, your fair pick of glasses. So the winner is going to get that. Also going to get a jersey from Venture Apparel Company. And by the way, he's got a ton of different styles, but I just so happen to use this as an example because it's orange and black and it's very Halloween-y, okay? So the winner of the contest is going to get a jersey and a pair of shorts from Venture Apparel Company. And finally, the winner is going to get a custom Calirado Kid t-shirt, which tonight is the last night to order. I'm placing the order tomorrow, and I don't want to argue about nothing, okay? So tonight is the final night for the t-shirts. Tomorrow I'm placing the order, and it's game over. I'm not going to do merch for a while. Honestly, a lot of time and effort spent in things that people don't seem to care about. So I'm going to keep focusing on what's important, which is making videos and honing the craft and getting better at what I'm doing, as opposed to the hijinks that are contests that whatever. But I'm telling you, this is a great prize package. And so anyways, next year, if I do this again, think about entering. Maybe we'll step it up even further. I feel like that Joker scene where you say, what do I got to do to get you guys off the bench? All right, anyways, I'm not guilt tripping anybody. I know it's a lot of work. It's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask. All right, let me catch up on chat right now, and then we're going to cover the winner. You ready? All right, and we're going to watch it real time. You can see my reactions. Okay, so kind of like your mustache. Yeah, absolutely. It is a mustache starter. A conversation starter. Wanna Rides Bike says, I noticed bigger channels in live videos only speak ones they associated with. Now being started this, all YouTubers should help each other. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's one of the reasons why I like the idea of this contest, is because if one day I get more subscribers and I'm big enough and I do something like this, a smaller YouTuber could enter. And boom, like your immediate exposure from a bigger channel, and maybe you build a relationship that you wouldn't have had. It's that bridge. And despite the fact, all you got to do is reach out to people. Most of the time, everybody in this community that I've experienced thus far has been rad, except for Kyle. Kyle's a real dick. And if you message him, he's just going to ask for talent fees and all this other stuff. Trust me, I've got my checking account is emptied because of this guy. I want to be clear about that. So yeah, thanks for jumping in on this Friday night. We're going to get to the winner, Mustache ASMR, yeah. Yeah, you know, again, like to enter this contest is a lot to ask, but you're going to see what the vision is. I'd love to see this, just different takes, just different hijinks. Just imagine just an hour of this. All right, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it is too late to enter, Kyle, you son of a bitch. But here we go. You guys, the one. And again, I expect nothing less from the Calirado Kid channel. So this was fully expected. I spent a lot of time and effort on making those videos, but this was the expected result. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the entry, the one and only entry to the Calirado Kidtober Contest. And the winner, Nerds on Dirt. Here we go.
Baby, welcome to the Calirado Kid channel, the only mountain biking channel on YouTube where the host can talk entirely through the video and not hit a single tree. You can't do that. You're not the Calirado Kid. I can do that because I'm the Calirado Kid. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go drink some expensive adult beverages and maybe eat some smoked meats. That's not a euphemism. Mustache. Like and subscribe.
Mustache. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, Nerds on Dirt. That's what we're talking about. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Fake mustache. Check. Sunglasses. Check. Overpriced whiskey. Check. Marked all the boxes. And he finishes it all out with mustache. Yes. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, even if you guys would have entered, you would have lost. I'm just going to tell you right now. You would have lost. So again, there it is. Nerds on Dirt is our official winner of the Calirado Kidtober Contest for 2021. The first ever, maybe the last ever, according to your guys' interest in the whole thing. But I am here to say, again, think of the potential. Think of the potential of just like pure hijinks. Me sitting here drinking all night, watching entries. It's just pure entertainment value, all right? That's all I'm saying. So maybe if I do it next year, we'll think about it. But Nerds on Dirt, I'm gonna message him. He's out in Oregon, I believe, or he's out always traveling. Love his channel, by the way. He is a creative guy. He does all kinds of stuff. So if you guys haven't followed Nerds on Dirt, follow him. He is the winner of the contest. I'll send him a message. I'll make sure I get him hooked up with Spy Optics, who's got some amazing stuff. Venture Apparel Company. He's going to get a prize pack and the Calirado Kid shirt. Again, tonight's the last night for the shirt, so that'll be done. I'm going to place the order tomorrow if I can get myself together to do it. If not, I'll do it Sunday. But the point is, there you go. So I like it. I like his entry. I thought it turned out good. What do you guys think in chat? Yeah, that was good. Wow. Yeah, I like it. It was awesome. So again, it could be that. It could be a photo. It could, like, you know, just imagine like a photo. You go out on a ride and you get your buddies to take a picture of you on a rock, just stage with the Calirado Kid pose in the back. Just pure buffoonery. And that's what I want around this channel. I want silliness. I want fun. We're going to do something different here. And that's really the goal in the long run, I think. So that's, there's a taste of it. There's a taste of it. Nerds on Dirt is the winner. Is there anything, I mean, again, yeah, it's just pure buffoonery, but I want to do things different, and I don't know what the answer is to that problem yet, but it's, you know, it's not the traditional route for mountain bike YouTubers, and so we'll see how it pans out in the long run. It's highly likely it'll fail miserably, but I am having fun. I hope you guys are having fun, and that's all that we can do together, right? So with that in mind, is there anything else? By the way, have you seen this Everstoke shirt that I got? Brian's finally got the Everstoke merch in stock. I don't know if he ever made an official announcement about it, but Everstoke's the property that they have. And so I know he did it on Patreon. I don't know if he's made an official announcement or what, but the proceeds from the shirts are going to be going towards the fund that is Everstoke. So all the build stuff that's going on out there. And so I picked up 2 of these. I should have worn the gray one because now what happens is I just blend into the background. So note for any would-be YouTube live streamers, don't wear a black shirt when it's dark in the background. Because now I'm just like a floating head, you know what I mean? Unless I get lighting on the back of me, which is what I should have done tonight. But look, I've spent way too many nights spending hours getting a live stream ready. Tonight was very short and ill-prepared, but we're here nonetheless, and so is Fred. And he's really excited about his entry into the contest. But I'm sorry, Fred, you just didn't win. By the way, the runner-ups would have won a shirt. So you suckers, you could have just sent me a picture and you would have got a free t-shirt. Now you know. All right. Largest size available. I think it goes up to triple X, maybe 4X. I think I verified that. And there's a couple females that are women that are getting, what do you call women's size cuts? So they're different. I don't know what the correct phrase, like it's a different cut, right? And so there's women's sizes, men's sizes. And I'm actually going to inquire about kid sizes because I got a couple of requests for that too. So that'll be interesting to see Calirado Kid shirts in the wild. I'm not sure I'm prepared for that. I'm not sure my ego is prepared for that, honestly. But we'll see. I mean, you guys tell me. Do you think I can handle it? Maybe. I might be fine, all right? I might be fine. Yeah, think outside the box. I don't know. Like, it's just, who the hell is going to do a contest like this? It's just so stupid, and it's very irregular, and it asks a lot of the viewer. But it's a lot easier to just type in a name in Instagram and be faceless. But I want you to get out there and do something that's out of your comfort zone. I want you to come to the craziness that is the Calirado Kid. You know what I mean? Thanks, MTV Adventures. Appreciate you, man. What material is that shirt? It's the same shirt that all the MTV NorCal shirts are, so it should be cotton. But those shirts are rock hard. Wait, I was going to say rock hard. Yeesh. Is it late night? I was going to say they're incredible shirts. The reason why I went with this guy, Chad, at Bear Print is because I have a lot of shirts from them, and I like all of them. So they're really good quality. They're thicker. They don't break down. Like, I've been wearing these MTV NorCal shirts for a long time, hence the relationship with this guy. They are great. So there's really no question about that. It's questionable that I'm on the shirt, but the material is unquestionable. Smallest size, I think, is small. I could be wrong. Wait a minute. Yes. Okay. Yes. I got you for sure. I got you. Yeah. Venture Apparel. I got you, man. I got you a shirt. Don't even worry about it. You don't have to give me nothing. I'm going to get you a shirt. Just tell me which one. Just DM me if you want the maximum Bermitude or whatever, and I'll get it taken care of. We did pick our winner tonight. Hopefully you saw it, and I'll be announcing the winner. I'll have him get in contact with you. But Venture Apparel Company, if you guys haven't checked him out, he's rad. He's fucking been super supportive of this. So there you go. Find him on Instagram. I follow him. It's a no-brainer. He's got a new design, too. And it's camouflage sleeves, and to which I replied, how are you going to, nobody's going to think I have arms, Like, they're going to be like, it was the no-armed man. You know what I mean? Has anybody seen Fugitive? Okay. Cat sizes. No cat sizes. I leave it up to you. You buy the size, and you have to cut it down and manipulate it in whatever fashion you see fit. Okay, that's a great question. What is in this glass? All right, so tonight, the pick is literally a barrel pick from High West. It's an American Prairie bourbon. Again, this camera and lens is so good, I have to cover my face for it to focus. And this is a pick from our Whiskey Society here in Sacramento, and it was finished in cognac barrels. So it's got some interesting flavor to it. So it is a barrel pick. Is this thing focusing on the damn skeleton? That's unbelievable. Look, hi everybody for jumping in Friday. Look, I did not plan this live stream ahead of time. Generally, I'm way in advance on this stuff, but I wanted to jump in. I wanted to announce the winner of the contest. Then we made it official. I wanted to be a man of my word, and now here we are on a Friday night. I have promised my wife that I will pay attention to her, but she is at a work thing real quick. So later tonight, we're just going to hang out. I'm going to pay attention to my family for once instead of messing around in here and editing videos. And that'll be interesting. I know, Aaron, dude. Okay, so again, getting out to the property. We're talking about getting out to the property. I got to MC an event on Sunday, which also happens to be Halloween. And then the following weekend, I have this other thing going on that's going to keep me busy for 4 days. The following weekend, I'm going to Sedona. It's just straight bonkers, dude. Every weekend is filled. I can't believe it. I need more time. I need to convince somebody to pay me money to do this so that I can edit all day, ride all day, edit all night, and then be at the property. Because I would like to see your property again, Aaron, your private property. Okay. I'm just going to take a drink of that. No, I think his hands are just tricky to manipulate is the problem. That's the problem. Is it a doctor's office? Yeah. Yeah. This is how I practice my dental anesthesiology right here. I mean, I do have a Yeti, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can shoot me an email, Charlie. Yeah, Skeletor. Yeah, the CaliradoKid@gmail.com. Look, we're not going to spend a ton of time here tonight. If there's something you guys want to talk about, I covered a couple things in the beginning about some of the events that are going on. The contest winner has been announced. If you guys missed that, we may close out with watching Nerds on Dirt's impersonation of the Calirado Kid. And other than that, he's going to win a hell of a prize pack. I'll have him reach out to the supporters of the channel, which I think is rad. And here's another thing that I will say. I'm mildly hesitant to work with people for the channel simply because I don't always I know the quality is there, but I don't know that the influence is there, meaning if I put something out, I know that it's good and but is it valuable to whoever supports me? And I'm super stoked that people actually wanted to. And it's been great because when I wanted to do this giveaway, however nonsensical it was a no-brainer. Venture Apparel was yeah, I'll give you a jersey and shorts. Not a problem. Happy to do it. And it was wow, that's the element I didn't think about. Less so for myself. I don't really need free stuff, but I'm happy to get it. But when it's a rad company and somebody that's supportive, being able to use that leverage and that relationship to help you guys or help somebody else in the audience, I can't wait to grow, man. I think I think as a big channel, there's a lot of great ideas that can be implemented, but it's I'm just not there yet. But eventually, if I can get there, I love the idea of doing elaborate stuff like this, and it's just nobody else is doing it. So that's just my dream. It's just my dream, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here on this Friday night. We're not going to be here too long. I've already rambled for 45 minutes when I didn't even intend to live stream very long tonight, but I'm glad you guys are here. There's a vision to be had, and I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but I see the horizon, okay? I want to jump over it, and I want to do a belly flop right into the success pool of victory. What's that? Nobody says that? Shut your mouth, stupid. All right, look. Carson, good to see you. Yes. Unprofessional Kyle is under the influence. Joe, your influence. Yeah, the influencer of the century. I put out a reel today. I'm starting to get better at the whole reels thing, by the way. Okay, the idea of a reel to me is interesting because, and this is one thing I'm starting to learn because I make these big elaborate videos, but maybe that's not always the answer. I think I'm going to still be doing big elaborate videos, but what people want is short consumable content. And I think part of the reason people want that is because of TikTok, because of the reels. Like you can get something in a minute. If you can shave it down to a minute, why watch it for 5 minutes? Why watch it for 10 minutes? It's like, oh, holy crap, you got to rethink how you're going to do things, right? These big elaborate 20-minute long videos, people don't want them anymore unless you got one hell of a story to tell. I'm not there yet. So, but I'm learning. Every video I make, I try to do something a little bit different, expand my knowledge base, and hopefully that shines through in one way or another. I'm learning, I'm perfecting the craft, and hopefully developing something that's pretty fun. But I do really, really enjoy, I like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun. So I'm glad you guys are along for the ride. Thanks, man. DC Project, good to see you. Yeah, it's silly because there's a lot of potential. I think in terms of the YouTube channel, like making it on YouTube is very hard. I'm not unrealistic about that prospect, but maybe the talents that I learn here are applicable to something that's different, right? And so that's why it's a constant push to learn new things and evolve as a creator and things like that. It's because, dude, there's so much potential out there. And there's things that I know for a fact, there's things and opportunities out there that I don't even know about. So the more people you meet, the more exposure you get to things. Like as you evolve your content and you develop this skill, it's like, oh, maybe you know how to do something you didn't know how to do before that you really enjoy. And now how do you apply it? So that's kind of where we're at. I don't know what it's going to be or how it's going to evolve, but I'm having a lot of fun. I don't want to get too into it. You guys are going to get me drinking a lot of bourbon and it's going to get wild. I don't want that to happen. Okay. We're going to keep this in an hour or less. Yeah, Moon Rabbit. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's disparaging because you put out it's the constant flux. If you guys haven't dealt with this as content creators or try to put yourself out there, it's that constant thing of like, oh, I spent this much time on this thing, I expect this much reward out of it. And that's just not how it works. Like if you didn't develop something the right way, you didn't do a thumbnail or title the right way, or maybe even just it doesn't get pushed out, you know that the viewership could be higher. It just doesn't get there. So it's a constant frustrating battle. And it could be like a hammer to your head constantly, just like, but you got to keep like just not moving. And that's really the trick. And that's the trick to any success, right? Is because the failures and all that stuff, you have to just keep pushing as much as you can. Like, because if you stop, then you give in, right? That's the lesson to be learned in any business that you form or anything like that. You just gotta keep moving forward. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube makes it pretty hard to be successful with likes, subs, and people watch the whole video or not. The algorithm, it's just you never know if it gets in the right people's hands. Like you can create a thing, and I guarantee you there is an audience that would enjoy it. But if they never get wind of it, how are they ever going to enjoy it? And that's not YouTube's fault. It's just there's so many people in the world, and there's so many people watching. It's like eventually maybe you'll just get lucky. But like if you tailor the things right, maybe it'll get in the right hands and you'll start to expand your audience. And it just takes time, as with anything else. If you were starting a restaurant, it wouldn't be packed day one. It wouldn't be packed week two. You'd have to just develop those relationships with customers. And like people would have to say that food is good. And over months and months, you would form like, dude, the word of mouth would spread. It's like, it's no different here. It's a slog. And I think if you're not doing it because you enjoy creating the content, maybe you're in it for the wrong deal. I mean, I'm in it for international fame, obviously, but I do really enjoy producing and making the content. It is fun for me. So because of that, I put out stuff, and it might not do well, but it doesn't matter to me so much anymore because I've learned something by producing the video, and maybe I learned a new skill. So at the end of the day, there's just knowledge happening on my side of the table that is valuable to me, more so than, a couple extra views. So if you see it from that perspective, then I think you'll be all right. You just gotta dig it. And, or you're doing it to document your local trails and all. Like there's so many reasons why to do this thing. So there's just a multitude of reasons, and none of them are wrong. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. All right. Crankworks is on this week in New Zealand. No crowds. Check it out. Red Bull TV. Yeah, I've got to watch some Red Bull TV. Yeah, as long as you're happy about the content and quality, that's good. You can't have a good drive if you just want views. It's hard, man. Again, anybody that has done this knows it's a demoralizing, just stressful thing. It's like, oh, I finally got this thing out. Boom, I put it out. Oh, nobody's watching it. Nobody's watching it. It's just that it's a constant ebb and flow. And I was able to kind of let go a little bit of like the how's the video doing thing. A lot of it now, because when I first started this whole thing, right? When you make your video, it's your baby, and you make this thing and you put it out and you watch and you sit there and you just watch, right? And you're like, oh, okay, that a person watched it. Another person's watching it, right? You're literally like watching real-time numbers. And now, luckily for me, I've done it long enough now that I don't do that as much. I put the video out, I go do the thing that I got to do, move on to the next thing, and I'm able to separate a little bit more, and that's very helpful to your mindset. I think if you can't, you got to break free from that, and then you just kind of like, boom, put it out there and do what you're going to do, move on to the next thing, and hope that it picks up. There's a great example like of this reel that I did the other day, which was like, to me, nothing particularly special, but it did have Kyle crashing in it. And he messaged me immediately like, dude, I mean, he wasn't mad about it. But anyways, it started off like not doing much, and now it's at like 75,000 views. Who knows why? Who knows why? Who in the world knows why? There's all kinds of experts. It's like when you go fishing, all right? When you go fishing with that one guy who's like, well, the fish, when it's 75 degrees out, they are about 60 feet down as opposed to 50 feet down because of the temperature of the water. And the currents change, so what you've got to do is you got to troll at 3 miles an hour versus 2.5. These guys don't always know the full truth, do they? There's no science behind this. It could be just that there was a bait, a pool of bait right there last time they went fishing, and that's the only thing that had to do with it. There's no factual basis for what they believe that is correct, but they're convinced that they're correct. So you can see a lot of that happening too in any industry. It's hard, man. You could take as much advice as you can. All you could do is reach out to successful people and say, hey, how did you do it? What can I learn from you? And maybe that helps. No matter, again, not just YouTube, but whatever you're doing, it's like building those relationships. And I'm rambling now, but you get the point of what I'm trying to say. All right. Let me catch up on chat. All right. What do we got? Thanks, Octodad. There you go. Okay. Yep. Caught that one. Well said and having fun. Yeah, I know Mark's having a blast. He's talking to really great people. He had Heather on the podcast the other day. I mean, it's just like, that's really cool. And like you could tell that Mark's having a blast doing it, and it's fun to listen to him talk because he's having fun, and that comes through in the podcast. It's like, so, all that stuff. And their videos, you could tell they're having a blast writing. It's like, dude, at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun and just enjoying it, that comes through really well. And people appreciate that no matter what. Unprofessional Kyle says, I hope you keep your motivation and stick to this. I genuinely enjoy your content and think everyone else should too. I'm always hoping you don't get burnt out. I have had several instances where I've gotten burnt out and I've come right back out of the crater. And it's man, I got to be honest with you. It's a really, like, it's a mental game. It's very disappointing when you spend a lot of time and effort in something and it just doesn't do anything. It's like, man, okay, you could take this contest as an example. Like I spent 2 nights building all the graphics and the teases and all that stuff. And it's just like, man, that's a lot of work that could have gone towards something else, And it could be like, it's frustrating, but at the same time, like I had a lot of fun putting it together. So if you have a good way of looking at it, it's not really a bad thing. Like, I learned how to do that stuff. I like the idea of those elaborate, working in the glitches into the live stream and making it more entertaining and doing something that nobody else is doing. And I think there's potential there. It's just hard to like find out if people like it or not. So, it's all an experiment. And what more can you do? You know what I mean? But if you haven't gotten burnt out on the whole thing, then maybe you haven't been doing it long enough. Because I can almost guarantee you that anybody that has done the YouTube thing for long enough has had a burnout moment. And I've had several. I remember my biggest one was after making the Dirt Days video. Man, it was very stressful for me to make that video because I'd never done voiceover stuff. I'd never done this, never done that. There was a lot of things, and it was like, I knew that was going to be a marketable video, not for me, but because I love the MTB NorCal guys, and I wanted to make them a great video so they could show vendors for future events, and I accomplished all those things. But man, it was hard. It was not hard because it was hard to make, but because it was a challenge for my creativity. I wasn't sure how to do some of those things, and it pushed me. And that's good. That's a positive thing, but it took a lot out of me, man. And when I finally got that video out, I was like, boom, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I really had about a week or two where I was just kind of silent. And if you ever look back at that, you can see like there's no video that came out. And it was just really, it was hard. And then I climbed right back out, realized what I learned from it, and it was all pop. See, those Spy Optics glasses are strong, boy. They're still good. But I came out of that crater and I learned from it, and I evolved my content as a result, and I learned a ton of stuff on that. And it was just like, okay, so I would be hard pressed to find anybody that has done this. And maybe it's not even just YouTube, right? But that moment where you're just like, man, it's impactful on your psyche for certain. For certain. Dale Stone's in here. Came for the skeleton, staying for the life advice to the fishing anecdotes. Yeah, it gets out of here in here real quick. It's just often goes off the rails, and that's what happens when you put me in front of a camera by myself for hours on end. Look, and it always ends up to be the case where I'm like, oh, come on, jump in here for 30 minutes, announce the winner of the contest, and move on. And no, here we are, 55 minutes in, probably approaching an hour, and we're going strong. I won't go too much longer, but this is what happens when I start rambling by myself. That's why I need guests, because they can keep me in control. Okay, here we go. YouTube burnout is a very real thing. Hard to keep believing in yourself when nothing really takes off. It is. But I mean, if you believe that what you're doing is cool, and again, more importantly, that you're enjoying what you're doing, again, that's been the hardest thing for me, is like trying to convince, like, say someone that like, dude, I'm doing like here's a great example. When somebody asks you, what do you do? They go, hey, what do you do? And like, that's a very odd question, because what they mean is, what generates your income for your life, basically, is what they're asking, right? And man, like, because people ask me what I do, what I want to say is dude, you should see all this stuff I'm making. It's really cool. Like, I'm really proud of the videos I've been making, all this stuff, but like, that's not what I do, is it? What I do is, and I still like am good at it, is a broadcast engineer, where on a daily basis, I'm, doing stuff, sometimes mundane, that I think like, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. But then you do big projects, and I still really enjoy a lot of that stuff. But it's like, man, just the sheer creative outlet of doing something different and putting yourself out there and stretching your creative boundaries. Somebody said this on Instagram recently, that they said she's a really good Instagram. Man, I forget her name. But she posted one, and she said, did I lose my train of thought? Where was I going with that? Oh, crap. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. Did I leave you on a cliffhanger? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. No, what she said was, and we're getting right back on track. You see how I did that? What she said was that creativity is a muscle, and it's very true, and I've said this before on live streams in the past. Creativity is a muscle just like anything else, and if you're not stretching it and working it out, you're going to lose it. And I noticed that happening as a broadcast engineer when I was working in radio. I'm very technical based, right? You're repairing stuff all the time, and I always found myself to be quick-witted. And so I found, after years and years and years of being a broadcast engineer and not really stretching myself creatively, I found that I was just not quick anymore. Like, somebody would say something to me, and I just didn't like either have a comeback or whatever it was. And so I made a personal choice to just start doing this and like totally just going off the rails. Like I went from 0 to 100, right? But it has helped tremendously. It's like it opens up those ideas, and it's been fun. And now all of a sudden things flow a lot easier. Like, but the creativity side, I was losing it. And now that I'm in it full, like, I'm always thinking of something. So it's like, no matter what it is, if you want to get good at it, you got to do it. You got to do it. And creativity is very much like that. You just have to do it. And you got to keep at it. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep stretching them muscles. You know what I mean? Them muscles. Yeah. All right. You can always get your bike out and cool down. Yeah. I love riding. I was talking to my GM today. He's a great guy, by the way. This guy, Steve, he's amazing. We go to lunch sometimes, and we were talking. He was like, oh, yeah, I got a bike. I go ride with my daughter. He's like, it really clears my head. He's an older guy, but like, he gets it, right? That idea that when you go out on a ride, it opens up your mind. It relaxes you. It frees you. It's like, man. So sometimes when you don't get out on a ride for long enough, you can feel yourself just kind of like, and you go on a ride, you're like, woo, that's a very terrible description, but you get the point. You know what I'm talking about, right? You don't ride anymore? Oh, you're a road biker? I could tell. You got the muscular density for it. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. We're back on track. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was a great video. It was more fun that I got to go in person and then relive it through the video. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Dirt Days, and again, it came out really good. I'm really proud of the video. It just took a lot out of me, man, and it really did. And it's not because it was hard work. It's because it was inefficient work, because I was pushing ways to edit that I hadn't done before. And so it took a lot more time because I was learning those things. So it's not like I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is that it was self-induced difficulty, but like for a positive outcome in the end. But man, it wore me down. When's the next MTV fishing adventure? I still would really like to combine that. I would love to and I've talked about this before too. I would love to do a ride, and this is e-bike territory, really, maybe even not, but like I love the idea of like loading up, because I'd be hauling all the camera gear. You realize like how much camera gear I carry on some of these rides, like the Downeyville stuff. It's ridiculous. If I could e-bike it and do like a bike packing trip up to a remote location that has a pond or a lake, camp there overnight, fish for dinner, cook it up over the fire, then ride back down the next day, I think it'd be a great story to tell. I think even personally, even if I didn't record anything, I would have an amazing time. I really want to do that. I would like to, anybody that knows anything about bike packing, just message me on IG, and I'd be curious to, see what's going on with that. I need to learn more. I wish it wasn't just time management. If it wasn't just time management, I would just be out on the bike all the time. Wouldn't we all, though? Wouldn't we all? All right, Charlie's still here. He said he was leaving, I thought. Charlie, good to see you. One thing that is small but bothers me, I have to type your whole name. You should pop up with the first 3 letters. What the hell? Yeah, I know. YouTube, idiots. It's probably showing up as Calirado Kid. That's another reason why I need to get bigger, okay? Paul the Punter tells me that I'm big in his eyes. Right? No. Okay, but that I want numbers. And I wanted to be able to justify that when I say, look, this is what I'm doing. People can look at it and go, man, you're doing pretty good. Like, I would like that. Okay, so we're working towards that. That's all I need in my life. That justification. Dude, Outdoor Gold is one of my favorite people in the world. And I am literally going to make a trip to Colorado and go visit him, even if he doesn't know about it, just to hang out with him. I love RC. He's a straight positivity person. And I like to think that as you grow older, you surround yourself with positive people, and that's what influences your life, right? The people that are around you and things like that. So when you hang out with somebody like RC, who's just pure positivity and fun, it's like, man, it's just such a good, he makes you feel good when you hang out. Shane's like that, Crashing Dad, but he's very judgy. Shane's very judgy, all right? And he's kind of a bully. We've established that in the Dick Beard saga, all right? But like, think about when you're younger, you have to be, you just hang out with everybody because like you just want to be like, you want to be part of something. But as you get older, you can be more selective with the people that you hang out with and the people that you enjoy's company. And like, luckily I get along with damn near everybody, but there are those people like RC that really shine, right? Like you just like, you hang out with them and it's so damn fun. That's all I'm going to say about it. If you guys haven't hung out with RC, just drive down to Colorado right now and knock on his door. He'll invite you in for a cigar. Trust me. No problem. Yeah, Dale Stone. Yeah, so I've worked in radio and TV for a lot of years, okay? And so I built this all myself because I know how to do it, and I've done it for people. In fact, I've done side work before where I built podcast studios for people. I've considered that as a career at one point. What I don't like is dumb questions from people. And so that's the thing. The one thing that steered me off of that was like, my audio's not working. Like, okay, did you turn your mic on? And then they turn it on. They go, okay, it's working. Like, those are the calls I don't want anymore. I get enough of that already. But there's a reason why, I put this all together. And if you haven't seen this, Dale, like, it's a great setup. It really is nice. It's good. It's a studio shit out in the backyard, so I'm totally isolated now. And I'm really digging it. And yeah, the audio quality is good because I got the gear and I got soundproofing or sound dampening all over the walls and all that stuff. So it's been a great experience. And it's actually been really interesting building something for myself versus the traditional thing where I'm building it for someone else. And that's, hold on, stand by. We're going to just move this guy out of the way. Come on. Stand by. Okay, everything's just falling on the ground. Everything's just falling on the ground. Okay, let's just sum up what I just said there. Okay, hold on. We're going to get everything in the perfect position. Okay, framing. I don't want to disappoint Dale now that he's here. Look. What I'm trying to say is, and let's reanalyze what I just said here. Okay, so it's been fun building something for myself as opposed to building it for someone else. Right? What's the root of the problem? Right? So I built this studio, and it was an absolute blast, a pleasure to build, but it's not just the studio, is it? Think about it. So you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, man, building this channel and doing all this stuff has been the first time that I've put myself out there and built something and tried to build something that for myself. I did, again, financially, this doesn't make any sense. So it does, like, maybe that's not the end goal, but it's been really interesting and fun. And it's like, that's why it takes so much of my time. And I do all these silly things like the contest because I'm just constantly thinking of it. And, you know, maybe you guys can relate. I think a lot of you guys can. Yeah, MTV fishing I think there's potential there. I would love to get some more of those in. Yeah, there's a lot of great people in here. Again, like one of the things and I've said this and I will say this every time, one of the things I enjoy about doing these live streams is the fact that the people that come into these live streams are the people that enjoy the content, that, you know, get it. I think like most of the times, and here's another like interesting thought, okay? And then we're still going. Yeah, we're still going. I know I said we weren't going to go that long, but we're still going. Here's another interesting thought is, okay, stand by. Let me drink. Here we go. I might have lost the train of thought, didn't I? Is that why I drank? No. Yeah. No, I like the idea that when we do these live stream, it's the people that really enjoy the content, but we've built a community that is very accepting and like not just the mountain bike community, the mountain bike YouTube community, but the mountain bike community as a whole. And one of the reasons why I was drawn to it so much is because of how cool everyone is. Like oftentimes when you're riding and you run into somebody on the trail, it's not like they're like, get out of my way. They're like, hey, what's up, man? If you have a flat, if you're fixing your bike, they're like, you okay? Like it's a supportive structure. And it's very much like that in the mountain bike YouTubing game as well. But I did gravitate towards that. And I thought it was really good. It's been really interesting. And one of the reasons why I really enjoy talking to people. And that's why I think it's kind of interesting. Like with the t-shirt sales, I actually, rather than setting up a marketplace, I actually kind of enjoyed having it to where people had to DM and email me, because you know what happened is I got a chance to like talk to some of you guys, which most of you guys I usually talk to. You hit me up, I talk to you anyways. But when you message me for a t-shirt, I get to say, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate the support. Like it's a personal experience as opposed, and again, this is unsustainable because whatever, but I thought it was fun because I got to talk directly with people versus like, oh, you just go to hit add to cart, hit go. There's no experience there. You don't talk to me. I don't talk to you. I love the idea of building relationships and building friendships. That's one of the reasons why I'm in this whole damn thing, right? I thought it's unsustainable. But I know a buddy of mine who runs, basically he is a lawyer. He's very successful, and he started a comic book business on Instagram. And what it is, you know, doing consignment stuff through Instagram. You'd think like, okay, that sounds like a fun hobby. You wouldn't believe how much money that whole business is making now, because he is incredibly smart and he never stopped. He always was innovating and things like that. And so now he went part-time, as far as I know, part-time as a lawyer. He might even have quit his job completely to manage this business, which he has at least 2 to 3 people under him now. It's bonkers. All it takes is an idea and the will to succeed. Okay? What can we say about that? Yeah, exactly. It's the creative muscles, doing all that stuff. I think anything that we do it's fun, and it's fun watching what other people do and trying to not even mimic. Like oftentimes the videos that I mimic are outside the mountain bike world because I want to see how I can bring those together and fuse these worlds together. Like I love to see what's like, for example, oh man, I forgot his name, Dustin Klein, I think, or I forget his name, but he makes really interesting videos that nobody else is doing anything like that. It is his style, and it's really fun. Peter Kim, thanks for jumping in with a unicorn $1.59 donation. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. I know this was an improvised live stream. It was not planned. It was mildly planned. I might not have done it because, again, I'm not afraid to look foolish, and I think there's a lesson to be learned there. I think that's something that oftentimes people that holds people back. And I don't know why this is turning into a motivational speech, by the way. It could be the cognac-infused whiskey, which was finished in cognac barrels. But I think oftentimes people hold themselves back from success for fear of, as I said a lot, for fear of failure, but also fear of embarrassment and fear of looking bad in front of other people. I think even more importantly is like looking bad in front of other people, which is something that it doesn't bother me at all. Like I don't really care what people think about me. I know what I bring to the table, and if you don't like it, you should just not be just unsubscribe, right? You know what I'm saying? Like not even the channel, but like in people that you're involved with in your life. It's like, if you're confident in who you are, you're going to do okay. You're fine. You're fine. You don't need other people's approval. All right. You think some stupid, silly contest where people impersonate you? Super duper, gang. Go for it. You'll get one entry, but go for it. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. Thank you. Fat Bike, Skinny Leg. Good to see you, buddy. He says, you inspire me big time as a fellow new YouTuber and also from SAC. Yeah, I moved to Arizona in January, though. Hoping to see you in Sedona. Yes, I will be in Sedona. So, again, don't be afraid. Let's all hang out. There's going to be a ton of people out there. I know Paul the Puncher's coming. BKC's coming. I'm trying to convince Crashing Dad to come out there. Hopefully RC's out there. We got a big crew. Kyle's rolling with me out there. So we're going to have some fun along the way, I think. But it's going to be a hell of an event. I've never been out there before, and I'm excited to get out there. So hopefully I'll see you guys out there at the Sedona Mountain Bike Fest. Look, I'm gonna call it a night. I don't want to keep you guys all night. It's a Friday night. It's a random live stream. I normally announce these things way in advance, and we got 50 plus viewers. Tonight we kept it small, and this is a great experiment. I said earlier, Paul Punter was doing a live stream, and I texted him. I was like, dude, Paul, you got to announce your live streams. Otherwise, nobody's going to show up. They got to plan for it. And he's like, nah, it's stupid. And then, look, I didn't post anything, didn't do anything. I just started the live stream. We had about 20-something viewers, which is half of what we normally have. So the experiment is complete. Let's call that an experiment. But I'm going to leave you with this tonight, which is the winner of the Calirado Kidtober Contest. And by the way, if you guys didn't see I know the mustache is simply a side effect. If you guys didn't see the announcement, these are the teasers that we had for the contest. And again, we talk about spending a lot of time on stuff, but yeah, so we had the skeleton teaser, which is this one. And then we had the mustache teaser, which is this one. And all those led into the announcement of the Calirado Kidtober Contest. So, maybe we'll give it a shot next year, but this was the winner. We're gonna cover the winner one more time before we call it a night, in case you guys didn't see. This is the vision, right? The vision is to have just tomfoolery across the board. I love this. But yeah, here we go. The winner of the Calirado Kidtober Contest of 2021 is Nerds on Dirt. If you haven't subscribed to him already, subscribe to him. Let's jump right in.
Baby, welcome to the Calirado Kid channel, the only mountain biking channel on YouTube where the host can talk entirely through the video and not hit a single tree. You can't do that. You're not the Calirado Kid. I can do that because I'm the Calirado Kid. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go drink some expensive adult beverages and maybe eat some smoked meats. That's not a euphemism. Mustache. Like and subscribe.
I fixed it though. See, it's professional. We're professional around here. Look, that is the winner. Nerds on Dirt, MTB. Thank you, sir, for entering the Calirado contest, the Calirado Kidtober Contest. And that's how we do it. I don't know what the hell happened there, but we should have had audio. I don't know. Look, yeah, again, I think of the tomfoolery that can happen if we have 10 entries. I think of the tomfoolery that we can have here with 20 entries. Imagine that live stream where I'm reacting real time. I'll bring in a guest who will co-judge the whole thing. It's just going to be pure irreverence, right? This is the vision. And this is what I was hoping for. But again, without seeing it, sometimes doesn't make sense. And again, it's asking a lot to ask somebody to produce something. But there you go. If I do this next year, which I probably will because I'm a glutton for punishment, think about your entries, get them in, because he just won hundreds of dollars of stuff for doing that, by the way. Because, yeah, he's got some product from Spy Optics, which is these goggles. Or actually, he's going to pick whatever the hell he wants. He's got glasses, goggles, whatever. Venture Apparel Company, awesome, rad person. He is doing some really great stuff, so he's going to get a jersey and shorts. And if you suckers would have entered, you would have got a free Calirado Kid t-shirt. But in the meantime, if you do want to order a shirt, DM me on Instagram or send me a message at thecaliradokid@gmail.com. Orders in tonight. The Calirado Kid shirts. And I'm not going to do them for a while. I'm telling you right now, it's way too much work. I need to focus on getting better at YouTube. That's the priority. That's the goal. I know people ask for merch and the sales are fine, but it's like, I'm not really going to make any money off of it. It's about getting it in people's hands, but I need to focus on what's important. And that's what's going to happen. So thanks for joining me on this Friday night. Happy Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. And I'll be riding Saturday. I don't know where yet, but I'm glad that you guys were here and you could put up with me for this long. So we'll see you guys on the next one. And adios, muchachos. Muchachos. Because that's gets it in the stream. Just like click the button. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.